Welcome to District Dialogues. I am Fulton County District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. I'm glad to share with you District Dialogues for 2016. Here on District Dialogues, we share snapshots of happening items in District 5. District 5 encompasses parts of unincorporated Fulton County, Southwest Atlanta, East Point, East Atlanta, and small parts of Union City and College Park. I hope that you are enriched by our show. So let's get straight to it. We just culminated Black History Month with our 5th annual Black History Film Festival. It was spectacular. We announced the winners of our essay and film competitions during our opening night reception, and we are proud of all of the talented youth who participated and look forward to hosting the Black History Film Festival again next year. Our film festival this year took place at both the Wolf Creek Library and the Metropolitan Library. And we had filmmakers at both events who conducted Q&A sessions with attendees. Both events were well attended, and we look forward to expanding our Black History Film Festival countywide next year. Next month, we will host our Community Forums District Dialogues, and they will take place at the East Point Library, the Metropolitan Library, and at Welcome All Park. Please don't miss these informative sessions, and in collaboration with the Georgia HOA Alliance, we will also host a community education forum on annexation, de-annexation, and incorporation. For more information on any of these events or initiatives, please visit my website at fultoncommission5.com. Again, fultoncommission5.com. Now it's time for our Excellence in Education segment, where we spotlight individuals, schools, and organizations that are making strides in the world of academia. Today, please meet Nolitha High, School Governance Coordinator of the Atlanta Public Schools. Welcome, Ms. High, to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Commissioner Arrington.
Well, we're very glad to have you here today. So tell us about what are the GO teams that we're hearing about that you're involved with?
Well, the GO teams actually is a way for all of the stakeholders in Atlanta Public Schools to have a voice. In July, the superintendent will share her power with schools in the form of local school governance teams. So every school in Atlanta Public Schools will have a governance team, and this team will be responsible for making decisions based on the individual school needs.
And how will these individual or local school governance councils, how will they benefit the individual schools or the individual communities or individual students?
That's a great question. The hope is, and one thing that we've learned, is that there is no one-size-fit-all solutions, and that in order for us to benefit the students that we serve, we need the help of the community. And that's exactly what GO Teams is designed to do. The GO Team structure is set up in such a way that we have community members, parents, and teachers involved. So therefore, if there are situations taking place in the neighborhood that the school would not have otherwise known about, you have people at the table who can inform our decisions by telling us some of those things that are taking place.
So the GO team is the local school governance council?
Correct.
How will these teams be formed or developed? How will people be selected to serve on the local school governance council?
Well, we actually have an election process that we are involved in currently, where anyone who's interested, teachers as well as parents, can actually declare their candidacy to say, I want to run for a seat. There are 3 seats available for parents. There are 3 seats available for teachers, and they all have terms of 2 years or 3 years. So once the candidates declare their candidacy, we do have elections, and so the parents will vote for parent representatives, and teachers will vote for teacher representatives, as well as instructional staff will vote for their representatives as well.
And what type of control will these GO teams or local school governance councils have over the direction of the school or how the funds are spent? What type of interaction will there be between them and the principals and the board of education?
Well, because Dr. Christophin has distributed her power, there is about 5 areas, domain areas, that the GO teams will be responsible for decisions at the school. And those areas are as follows: personnel, finance, you have curriculum as well as school improvement and school facilities. So for example, a school could determine that their class sizes are too large, and the GO team, along with the principal, could come together and decide, hey, this class size model fits us better, so we'd like to use this one instead.
Okay, awesome. So as we go forward, what opportunities are there for other parents and other members of the communities to be involved and to support the GO teams and the school councils?
Oh, great question. The meetings will be open public meetings, similar to what the Board of Education does. So there will be meeting notices so they can come and sit in on the meetings. They can also offer public comment. And there's also going to be committees that each school will deem that they need. And once they post that committees list, then anyone can join to be a part of it. Now, there's also 3 seats available for community members. So if there's a community member that is interested, they can contact their local school and let them know that they are interested so that they can be considered for one of those community seats.
Awesome. How can our listeners find out more about the GO teams and the local school governance councils and elections and all the great things that you all are doing in Atlanta Public Schools?
They can actually go to our website, which is www.atlantapublicschools.us/vote.
Awesome. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
When we come back, our community kudos. Stay with us. Welcome back to District Dialogues. In our Community Kudos segment, we give recognition to organizations who are striving to empower our communities. Our next guests are Athan Barron, the Executive Director of Your Health America and the Director of the South Fulton Road Race, and his community partner, Vicki Harshberger, with Greystone Power. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, and glad to be here.
Glad to have you. If you will, tell our audience about the South Fulton Road Race and Health and Fitness Expo.
Well, this is our 5th annual South Fulton Road Race and Health and Fitness Expo. It's being hosted by the Fulton County Parks and Recreation and Your Health America. It's about childhood obesity. It's about diabetes in our community. And we are just excited about having this kind of event at Welcome All Park. It's going to be on April the 30th at 8:30.
And is that a Saturday?
That's on a Saturday.
Okay, awesome. And how can people in the community and businesses in the community partner with the road race?
Well, what this is all about, we are really trying to promote healthy eating and physical activity in our community. So we're asking the business community, we're asking schools, we're asking the running clubs, anyone that's involved in the fitness to come out and help us promote physical activity and healthy eating in our community.
Well, it's so important to promote physical activity and healthy eating in our community. So we're very thankful for you for hosting this event for the last 5 years and helping to increase awareness and also helping to get people out of their routine and get out and get a little exercise. Is there a way for churches and other community groups to get involved?
Yeah, what I would like for anyone that want to get involved, you can register at active.com, or you can go to our website, it's www.yourhealthamerica.org.
Okay, awesome. And where will the funds go and who will the funds benefit?
Okay, this is very important. What we are trying to do here is to raise scholarship funds for kids to promote physical activity and healthy eating in our schools.
And Ms. Harshberger, how are you involved with this event?
Well, we were given the opportunity to actually be a sponsor of the event, And we love doing this because we are very committed to health of our members at Greystone Power, which we have 110,000 members on the west side of Atlanta. In fact, we do a health fair every year, and next year it'll be October the 8th at our annual meeting. So when we talked with Ethan, and he talked about this wonderful trying to bring awareness to the problem of obesity and diabetes, and we were right on it. We really wanted to participate. We think it's important to provide great wholesome activities for people in our area. People like to do things local these days.
They sure do. We thank you so much for being involved and for being a part of helping the community raise their awareness about the importance of health and the importance of getting out to exercise. And we appreciate strong community partners like yourself and Greystone, because without community partners like yourself, it's impossible to make these type of events happen. Is there anything else that either of you would like to share with our guests, with the audience?
Well, I would just like to say that this is a movement that we are starting in our community. When we look at the statistics in terms of diabetes, 78% of African American women are overweight or obese, 72% of African American men are overweight or obese. And when we look at the numbers in terms of 24% of our African American kids are have childhood obesity. And so we got a significant problem in here, and basically what we are trying to do, this is a grassroots effort. And we would like for everyone to come out and support, because we need to take responsibility for our own self, for our own community, and come out and help promote this physical activity and healthy eating in our community.
Give us that date again for the race.
It's going to be on April the 30th, and don't forget it. And we have April the 30th at 8:30 at Welcome All Park, and we have a motto, and I want everybody in South Fulton to say this: get fit, don't quit. Get fit, don't quit. Look forward to seeing you on April the 30th at 8:30 at Welcome All Park.
Well, we look forward to being there. I look forward to bringing my family out to partake with the festival. Thank you so much for being here with us.
I'd really like to commend you, Commissioner Arrington, for putting on an event like this, and the leadership of Fulton County and Parks and Recreation and Ethan. So thank you so much for doing this for our citizens and for our members at Greystone Power too.
We're very glad to be of help and to help in any way that we can, especially with worthwhile organizations like this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on District Dialogues. In our D5 economy segment, we like to introduce experts who can share information about economic development and sustainability. For those who don't know, I serve as the Fulton County representative on the Fort McPherson Implementing Local Redevelopment Authority Board, also known as MILRA. Today, please welcome Arthur Mallett, Director of Real Estate and Economic Development for MILRA. Welcome to the show, Arthur.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here today. If you will, please explain to our audience the background and the purpose of the Fort McPherson Local Redevelopment Authority.
Okay, well, initially started out as a planning agency, meaning that the base was closing and they were planning to see exactly how they would re-implement the base into the community. Now it's at the point where it's at implementation stage where we're actually trying to implement the plan. So we're at the point now where we've actually reached out to the community to see what they need, and we're getting to the point now where we're going to start marketing the project and making sure that what we put on plan is actually going to happen.
Awesome. And currently, I believe the board has also received a LCI grant from Atlanta Regional Commission. If you will, help explain to our viewers what an LCI grant is and why that is so important in this case.
Okay, an LCI grant is a grant basically given to basically enhance transportation. In this particular case, you have two MARTA stations that are on both sides of Fort McPherson. And what they want to do with the grant is make sure that everything is planned in a wise and sort of a smart way. So in this particular case, we've actually had the LCI grant. We've went out to the community and said, okay, here's what we're planning on doing. What's the best way to do it? We've actually gotten the results back, and we've actually have a plan that we're getting ready to implement.
And the LCI stands for Livable Centers Initiative?
Livable Communities Initiative.
Livable Communities Initiative. And basically they help plan for walkable, livable communities that aren't dependent on automobiles.
Exactly. You want communities that actually have green space. You want them to have bike space. You want people to be able to walk to where they want to go, and that encourages a more healthy community.
Awesome. How can citizens that live in the area become engaged with the redevelopment authority, with the LCI process? I know that there's already been some community engagement and community involvement in the LCI planning process, but what ways are there still available for people to get involved?
So even though we've already had the LCI process and we've sort of had community engagement, we're still at the point of implementation. So we want people to come out and encourage them to come out to see what we have planned. Even though we have plans on paper, everything is subject to what we feel is the best need at that time. So we have results that basically show that there's a retail component that's needed out there in that community, about 190,000 square feet of retail space. What we're planning on is having a historic village, a medical district, an office district, and a huge retail component to it. All of that, though, is it has to have input from the community to say exactly what we need. We're looking now to say, okay, we want a grocery store there, we probably need a hardware store there, but we want to fit the needs for the community, and so we need that community input. And we have meetings every month where we have community engagement to try to get the community to be involved in it.
Awesome. And I know you get this question all the time. It's probably the number one question you get. When is Tyler Perry opening his studio?
Okay, so, and that's a very, very good question. And I'll tell you this. We sit directly across from the Tyler Perry studios. Those guys are out there going at a fever pitch. They've actually pulled permits for certain things. They've actually demoed certain buildings. They're actually renovating the headquarters building. Looks like to us that, to be fully functional, at least his headquarters, he will be over there probably in the next 3 months. Those guys are working at least 12 hours a day.
Well, we really are thankful to you and to Mr. Perry for the opportunity. I know there were 450 acres, and basically through his philanthropy, he got 300 acres, but we got 150 acres to develop.
Exactly.
How can business owners that want to start a business or start their business at Fort Mac or be in that retail component, how can they reach out to Milra and or to yourself in order to find out how to start their business there?
Okay, so we're actually to the point where we're actually starting a marketing campaign. I mean, right now it's sort of been word of mouth. We're actually hiring a marketing company to go out there and say, let's get the word out. We have information on our website, which is fortmaclra.com. We are reaching out to businesses that want to expand. We're reaching out to businesses that have a proven track record. We're reaching out to entrepreneurs. We have office space for small businesses. We have office space for large businesses. We have a medical office component already there. We have almost anything you want to name for anybody. It's just a matter of saying, can you afford the space? Do you have a proven track record? Is your business going to be successful? To be next to Tyler Perry Studios is a huge draw, particularly for businesses that complement his line of business. So we're looking at it saying, we think we're going to have a retail component. We know we're probably going to need a grocery store. We know we're going to probably need something similar to a hardware store. There's just so many other components that fit in there. We should have a creative district where things that sort of fit into that creative mold are going to fit in with what he does.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming out today. Thank you for sharing with us information about the Fort Mac Local Redevelopment Authority and the LCI grant and all the great things that you all are doing.
Well, I want to thank you for being on our board. I want to thank Fulton County for supporting the project, and we look forward to being a viable project going forward.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Mallett.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back. As you may know, I'm an executive sponsor for the Arts and Culture Program and Priority in Fulton County. As executive sponsor, I like to share with viewers during the arts segment arts and culture organizations and programs that are in our great district in Fulton County. Today, please meet Lamarian Wallace, president of the Samuel H. Johnson SSSP Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Commissioner.
So tell us, what is the Samuel H. Johnson SSSP Foundation, and what does SSSP stand for?
Right. The Samuel Johnson SSSP Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we award scholarships to talented but economically challenged college students in the Southeast. We are very much focused on helping students complete their undergraduate degrees, and so we primarily look for juniors and seniors who need additional scholarship support to complete their college work.
Awesome. And what are some of the foundation's latest initiatives or programs outside of the normal scholarship or the great scholarship work that you're doing on a normal basis?
Well, we're very pleased. On April 10th, at 4 p.m. at the Southwest Art Center Performance Theater, we're going to be sponsoring a benefit concert entitled An Evening of Enchantment. It's going to feature Mrs. Bertha Hightower Smith, who's a flutist. We're going to have guest appearances by Reverend Richard Allen Farmer, who's a professional musician, and he's also the pastor of Crossroads Presbyterian Church in Stone Mountain. And we're going to have a special treat, recording artist Milkshake. The jazz trumpeter and flugelhorn is also going to be there. And the program is going to be free and open to the public.
Well, it sounds like a great time. I know if you're going to have Milkshake there, it's going to be jamming.
Exactly.
Are there any other aspects of the concert other than the musical performance? I mean, what else will be happening?
Samuel Johnson was formerly the Southeastern Regional Director for what was called NSFNS, National Scholarship Service and Fund for Negro Students. And in his tenure, he also founded the Summer Study Skills Program, which is what SSSP stands for. And that was the forerunner to what is currently known as Upward Bound. So many of us were participants in that program, and we're trying to continue his legacy by passing it forward. So we're going to honor 3 outstanding educators in Atlanta during the concert. And they are Dr. Lawrence Carter, who is the Dean of Martin Luther King Jr. International Chapel at Morehouse College. We're going to honor Dr. Joyce F. Johnson, organist at Spelman College, and also Dr. Cynthia Neal Spence, who's an associate professor of sociology, and she also directs the UNCF Mellon programs and is our partner in identifying students for us.
Awesome. It sounds like a great time. What's that date again? I need to put it on my calendar.
The date is, again, Sunday, April the 10th at 4 p.m. at the Southwest Art Center Performance Theater.
All right, I'm going to plan on being there. What is the goal of this concert? I know you said it's free, but how do you raise funds to fund your scholarships and your other programs?
We obviously welcome community support. We really believe in supporting the arts and also promoting our own culture and heritage. And we just ask for community support, and any support we get is directed towards our scholarship foundation. But we want to make sure that our programs are accessible.
Is there a website, or what is the way for people to register people that want to attend the great concert?
Thank you so much. Those who want to, even though it's free, we do need people to register because there is a seating capacity.
Yes.
And so we're asking those who are interested in attending to register at www.eventbrite.com, or they can go to our website, sssspfoundation.org, for additional information.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our audience today?
Yes, even though we provide scholarships for students in the Southeast, we're very pleased that 40% of our scholarship recipients go to schools in Fulton County. So we're very much your partner, and we look forward to supporting students in the Fulton County area.
Well, we're very thankful for all of your great and hard work, especially to know that 40% goes back to Fulton County. It really makes it all worth the while.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
As we close out today's show, we would like to receive words of inspiration and motivation from Pastor Monty Norwood of Bible Way Ministries.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'd like to end with 3 points of inspiration today. I'd like to begin with a well-known prayer of serenity. God grant me the courage to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The good news today is that if you have a pulse, there's still a purpose for your life. So I want to simply encourage you not to give up. When I was growing up, my father had a quote that he taught me early on that I never forgot. It's simply this: good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. My first word of encouragement to you is never to give up. Don't give in and don't give out. Keep going no matter what happens, for your destiny lies ahead of you. Thank you for hearing my words today.
Thank you, Pastor Norwood. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to invite you to stay connected with my office. You can reach us anytime in our office, online, and of course on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks for watching District Dialogues. We'll see you next time.